Hi, Gary David Currie here in the great outdoors of British Columbia in the lower interior mainland and Kamloops, BC area. Behind me is a beautiful lake, dog running around, railway tracks over there, people walking in and out. Just a beautiful day. I've made a lot of these videos. You probably, if you've seen any of them, you know that. If not, this is your first one. I'm just a person a musician, writer, artist, a person who has appreciation for the world, wants a better world. I go by the motto, seek the truth always and do no harm to the best of our ability. And because we're always going to do some type of harm if we step on a grass, if we're walking. But, you know, it's about being aware of that and trying not to hurt people. Hurt each other, hurt animals, just hurt life, and to have a better world. Today I want to talk about, and I thought this topic is just getting so old, and I just don't know why we can't get past it, but people just seem to want to dwell on it, and probably for quite a while. I'm going to talk about religion, but what I want to talk about today is the term moderate. Moderate Islam, moderate Christianity, moderate anything, and religion for me encompasses everything in the supernatural make-believe realm, from, I don't know, woo-woo to Scientology, to, you know, so much of it. It's everywhere, because that's the way we find answers, the way we try and navigate this world, and we grab onto these concepts because we need something. But what I really think we should be doing is trying to find out what's most likely true. And if you're a believer in one of these things, you're probably not going to listen to anything I have to say or care what I have to say, because you're probably going to be pretty stuck in what you believe, and you'll believe that I'm pretty stuck in what I believe. But what I really believe is I don't know. And I'm just going to take a best guess, and I'm going to base that best guess on the scientific method, which is making an observation, seeing what's around us, asking some questions, and then trying to see if that answer is true or not by testing it and getting other people to test it and having some credible, verifiable evidence to back it up. And if we can't do that, then, and science offers us three answers, which boils down to this. It's confirmed, yes, we know, beyond a reasonable doubt. There's no absolutes in this, and I say that with knowing that it's not an absolute what I just said, which is probably going to be confusing for you, because everybody wants an absolute. So, we confirm something, we refute it, which means it's probably not true, or we suspend judgment, which is the big one. For the vast majority of stuff, we're going to suspend judgment. I don't know if this is the only universe. How can I prove that? As an example, suspend judgment, meaning I don't know. But what we do is we grab on to things and say, yep, this is right, this is the answer. It's an absolute, there's no denying it. Yeah, well, doubt can be cast on anything until we know everything. And, you know, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get to that point. We may, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to. So, getting back to moderate Islam, a moderate in religion, which means you've read your holy book or your guide or whatever your belief system is and decided, you know, a lot of these things just, I don't want to follow because they don't make any sense. Or, yeah, no, I'm not going to sacrifice my child. No, I'm not going to marry a 9-year-old. No, I'm not going to run around killing people because they don't believe what I believe. No, if you're gay and my religion says it's not okay, I'm really not going to have a problem with it because, you know, it's my son or a friend or somebody, or just the idea of someone being gay is not a problem with me. But I still want to believe in my God or my belief system. That would be a moderate. It just doesn't work, because then what you've done is what we all do to some extent, is create our own belief system, create our own religion or version of it. Because if you do follow the holy books such as the Quran or the Bible or any other book, it can be pretty clear to some of these things. And if you say, well, that's just not true, then you're breaking the commands of that God. So therefore, you don't really believe in that God. You believe in a version of that God. So if you can jump to those conclusions, why would you even believe that it's real or true in the first place? Because that would mean, this part's probably made up. But you'll find ways, like everybody does, to justify why that part's okay and that part is not okay, but still believe overall in what you believe. I find some Christians or some Muslims who say, our religion is about love, it's about peace, we want a better world. And they don't condone the actions of those who are fundamentalists and who will cause harm in one way or another. But the thing is, you're still following something that has those parts to it. You're just denying them. So I say, why follow it at all? Why not take that huge leap of reason, or little leap of reason, and say, yeah, it's most likely not true in the first place based on all this. If there's all this doubt, especially from a fact of an all-powerful deity who could get nothing wrong, then you got to say, yeah, this probably just doesn't make sense. So, I would encourage everybody who considers himself a moderate, a liberal Christian, or whatever term you want to use, to just really take that step and just say to yourself, it's probably not true. Why don't I find out what probably is true? And if you want to promote a world of love and peace and compassion and empathy, then do it. If you want to do it following your God, that's fine too, of course. I mean, you can do whatever you want, as long as it's within the law. But just keep that part out of it. Keep the God part out of it. Keep the laws and the rules out of it, and just be a good person. Don't condone others who don't don't condemn others who don't follow what it is you believe. I try not to do that, but there's certain things that I just can't condone. Any violence, harm, no, I'm not going to condone that. I don't want to make this a big deal. Moderation, fundamentalism, we have so many labels, so many. I get called an atheist all the time, and by definition I am, but really it's not a label I like to wear. I'm just a person, a human being, who has ideals, beliefs, emotions. I'm born, I try and live, I go through all sorts of things like everybody else, and one day I'm going to die. I just want to live a good life as best I can. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't understand why we, as a species, can continue to do that. So if you're a moderate, consider yourself a moderate, or the big one I hear is, I'm not religious, I just believe in Jesus, or I don't follow any particular religion, but I follow God. Like all these things, like really, get yourself a set of values that are good for you and humanity. And if you want to believe in God, again, nothing I can do about it, or really I don't care. As long as you're not hurting others or hurting yourself, that's really what this is all about. So find whatever justification you can to move into probably what is most likely true, which is there probably is no God that we know about. Could it be true? Yeah, it could be true, but there's just no good evidence or reason to believe in any of this. And once we get to that point, then we can really say, this person is a fundamentalist because they are following this book, because Islam dictates this, or because Christianity tells us you have to do this, and we can put it in its place and stop it all. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day.